Hey, what's up, boys? Everyone's doing today. As for me, conflicted and guilty. First thing I want to say is I messed up royally. I didn't do the proper research I did need to do for the coverage of the petition regarding Elaine, and I was wrong in judging it as well. I came off as a complete shill for KoMETA, and I'm wanting to correct that. I was able to contact someone who is now probably a former fan of KoMETA, and I asked why they had a negative view of the company. They gave me some information on events, and so I'll share with you a compilation of things that people may already know and maybe new to you that it's been new to me, especially because I've been ignorant, not paying attention, biased, for sure. So, starting with the particular events, there seems to have been miscommunication between Miria, KoMETA, and Virgil during their visit to OnLive, which is a anime convention hosted in the Philippines. It seems like they didn't know they were supposed to be there in person instead of live streaming. Miria had scheduling conflicts, while Virgil was told on extremely short notice of what was happening. And I'll be leaving actually a link to a stream down below. You'll see it over here of her explaining, so Virgil explaining what went on that day and what kind of trouble that caused, obviously, would be. And it's on the timestamp too. If you go to 5:32, that'll be the best place to look at the video, her explaining the situation. Now, what's also interesting is this person told me that it seems like Elaine was given the option to pre-record her performance, but Virgil and Miria did not. Because from even this stream that we see, it sounds like it was a last-minute decision to actually pre-record stuff for that event. Very, surely mismanagement, in my opinion. There. The next incident is something that this person cited being a photo that was shared without Virgil's consent. Specifically, I've seen this on. I believe it's been a while since I saw it, but I believe I saw this photo before. So it was apparently that Virgil was having issues with her PC. She needed to clean it. She took a photo, sent it to Gira. But this is more of a trust me, bro moment, okay? Because I've had difficulty finding this particular event, even with a liaison and helper of this for me. Thank you as well, whoever you are. You know who you are. For your help and all this. I'll speak about more later. And the photo was embarrassing, and then she shared it to Gira. Gira then shared it apparently to Twitter without her knowing. But also then there's a second time it was shared on stage. Which I have a photo sent by my liaison, see here, and their contact as well. But again, sorry, we don't really have anything of like a Twitter space or a archive stream to really look at. So you're gonna have to trust me and my liaison on that sort of thing. Trust me, bro. And I don't see any reason why these people would lie. They don't have anything to gain to lie about KoMETA and things that are going on and try to even slander what Virgil could be saying. So I trust these guys on that sort of thing. And the person I mentioned earlier that's giving me all these events, they railed into me. You know who you are. I deserved it. And I have not much to say after that, actually. I deserve it. I really should have understood why Miria and Virgil had shared the petition. They both showed concern and surprise that someone was replacing Elaine, but it wasn't made clear in what way. And yes, the statement from KoMETA and specifically Gira did clarify how that was going to happen, but it's weird that they were not informed prior. I asked around the whole situation, and I got a few interesting responses. So one person I want to really thank, I said earlier, is my liaison. They helped me get into contact with the person who started the petition. Their name is Ute Mika, or YU. The YU is the name that they use on the petition. After learning these events that I mentioned earlier, I agree with Ute and their wording of the petition. I definitely said that it was just a pure appeal to emotion. And from what I know now, I agree. One thing that Ute made clear for why they started the petition was to bait a response from KoMETA. It seems like, from their understanding, and I'll mention a few other details later, that Talents had a hard time contacting Gira about what's going on with the graduation and what's happening with this replacement that was mentioned in Elaine's graduation stream. So, another person I was able to contact, I'm grateful they linked me to a very particular article that people keep talking about. I didn't know, I honestly should have looked for myself. And I want to read the portions of this interview on a website called VTuber News Drop, and I'll give some comments on this sort of thing. So we see here this questions about the initial decision to remove or make unavailable Elaine's content. So Gira responds, "We and Elaine initially agreed to make her old content unavailable to view. This unpleasant choice was made under the assumption that the channel would be reused because we determined that meeting YouTube's monetization requirements would not be feasible for KoMETA's immediate growth. However, because of recent business developments, it turns out that we can, thankfully, afford to start from scratch after all." No comment on that for now. I'll speak about, possibly that later. If I remember, I've written down the right notes for it. Second question I want to talk about is this one right here. It's a bit lengthy, but it's about the communication between KoMETA and their talents, specifically here, Miri and Virgil, and their concerns about this replacement. The key part I would like to point out here is they acted fast. So they, as in Virgil and Miria, acted fast out of what was correct to them on the limited context of being a talent with a community and deep friendship with Elaine. We spoke with each other the other night before the second statement was made, and it was something we agreed on. What, again, find concerning, and I'll speak about it for sure, is that they had to wait until the petition to do so. Yeah, I'll speak on that later. So I asked around as well as to why people suspect that there's a lack of communication between KoMETA, their talents, and fans. The first question about communicating with the fans. At this time, it looks like it was because it took too long for clarification to fans about what is going on with the replacement and what was going to happen with that, especially concern of someone just taking over the channel or removing all the content. So I do feel at this time, it should have been made way earlier. It should have been maybe even immediately following Elaine's stream so it's clear for everyone to understand. Now, as for gaps in communication with talents, it should have been clear from the Twitter spaces that Miria and Virgil hosted about how they felt about the situation, what they knew, what they didn't know. I attended Virgil's Twitter space just after the stream of Elaine's, and I really should have been more thoughtful. I really should have taken what she said a bit more seriously than I had before. And from what I hear, Miria and Virgil had a difficult time in contacting Gira following the announcement of Elaine's replacement. Like in the article said, it's really odd. Like, should they have not known about this coming in before? Could they have maybe been informed a bit like a day, within the day even? That would have been more timely in my opinion. So yeah, just unfortunate miscommunication in that portion for me. Now, it was also clear in the article that finances were a problem. Similar to Cocoa, maybe this is a different case. This article here did talk about how he used Cocoa's situation to be a case study, but So, for sure, one thing I gotta say, keeping fans in the dark, fine, makes sense, because they're the public, you're the company, blah blah blah. But keeping the people you work with in the dark sounds like a no-no to me. Okay, so questions that I'm pretty sure the community wants answered. Why were talents so kept in the dark of a decision to get a new flagship? Why was there fear of retaliation from talents? Why did it seem like such a surprise and even not entirely Elaine's decision to do this? Why did it take so long to have proper communication with fans and talents after a petition was put up? Or even just general pressure. Why wasn't this prepared in advance? Like you said, like this interview said, there were case studies that were looked at by Gira. Was there not enough research going into it? I don't know. So, again, I liked to see KoMETA succeed, but not like this. I didn't want to make this video, but here I am. I want to, see them do good. And if it's like this, I don't know if I can support them. I don't want to see them as a cold company. And I know now it's going to be pretty hard to have a good light on them with what I know, right? And I did see that, I made it almost look like I was really close to this person that I know within KoMETA. But what I can say for sure is someone that else who knows this person would probably be very disappointed in what's been going on here. So I wish the very best for everyone involved in KoMETA. I also wish to do better in what I do here. And I may not regain anyone's favor, and that's okay. We can disagree. I said that before. So leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you have any information that could be helpful that you want to be sort around, let me know in the comments below, or my Twitter's open as well if you want to DM me there. Or you can join my Discord server. That's another way too. If you want to do that, that's a great way to keep up with things, have fun there, hang out. But yes, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.